When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, beat the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets, fool?
That's a close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, steady. Hard as you can go. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, steady, but can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Coach, this is what I'm talking about. NFL playoffs at Lambeau Field with a snowstorm camped out over the upper Midwest. Let's go. It's time for some great football in Green Bay. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
258! All day, baby, all day. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check 26, check 26.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
15, check 15.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
SOS. Out. Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Ball going deep here for Taylor. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Yo. Check 31.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Breeze now to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Quick dance, quick dance.
To the 50. Hey, you block over here.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. Tried to get it to Willie Snead there. And now it's 3rd down.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, A little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Walk top. Tight end reverse.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Ready?
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Kamara trying again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Breeze now. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Hey, watch the slant.
To throw on 3rd down, Rodgers looking deep for Adams, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
25 yards there on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara, and he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Kill! Hey, easy.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. The throw from Breeze into the hands of Smith. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. Again has it complete. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a 1st down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. A 10th carry for Kamara. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. The kick by Lutz is good, and they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, that'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second and 11 now. Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. On the ground, this is Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
We're pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet. Hey, easy.
They run it again with Kamara. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Kill. 61, matchbox, lights.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
On the ground, Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Complete to Jared Cook. Touchdown, New Orleans.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
53.
Here's Breeze to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. Now a hit and a loop. loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
21.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They run right side with Hunt. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And just not a ton of room to work with. They'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. A busy night continues for Kamara. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Breeze, and he finds Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints' 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he slides to avoid the hit. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Ready.
First down.
Watch the pass.
Now Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Easy.
On 3rd down, Murray. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
You go tight. You got tight. Go right. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
X3, 218, chopper.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Check, 47.
Kelly, don't left Kelly. Hey, 88.
Here's Rodgers. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary.
He's got daylight. The 30. 20, 10, 5, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 3rd down, here's Kamara, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
At the 32-yard line.
Ready? Yellow weighty, yellow weighty.
Blue down, blue down.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.